following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy. It's patriotic. It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world. I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into another edition of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I'm your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day being awesome to give my little video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're following me on any and all the social media I have linked down below. That way, if there's a band, song, video, something you'd like me to check out, you can hit me up with a DM or leave it in the comments below. If you're going to hit me with a DM, please no spamming. Unless it's actual spam, and there's a P.O. box. If you are going to leave it in the comments, do me a favor, join the I Concur Army. All you have to do to be a CONCURPA is give the comments a cursory glance. If you see that your suggestion's already been made or you see a suggestion that makes you go, yeah, man, all you have to do is like that original comment and reply with I concur. That'll help my old burnout resin-coated DJ brain get everything into a nice little organized list, and I can put it into the old handy-dandy notebook. And there's also Patreon if you would like to help the channel grow, create better and more content. The Patreon link is down there as well. And don't forget, live streaming Wednesdays, 11 a.m., Saturdays, 2 p.m., respectively. Another chance for you to jump in 2 hours, fun and frivolity, just hanging out, talking all kinds of craziness. They get me to go on rants and stuff like that about things I don't want to talk about. So it can be fun sometimes, most of the time. So live streaming Wednesdays, 11 a.m., Saturdays, 2 p.m. Before we get started today, I do want to say thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Today's video is coming from Patreon member and original CONCURPA, Rich Neath. He said, hey man, I really liked what you did with Falling in Reverse. I am a big fan and becoming a bigger fan of Ronnie's vocals as well. So I'm interested to see the next suggestion. And today, that's what we're checking out. It's a track called Watch the World Burn. This is live, Sacramento, California. It is Falling in Reverse, Watch the World Burn. Let's check it out on the Wyldeside.
Yeah, hands up. Come on. I got voices in my head again. Tread carefully. And I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battle depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past the point of no return. Start being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon to show you motherfuckers a lesson. I actually battle my demons and shadows and surrender deep in the creep in the shadows. I'm lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes at cost. They're licking their shots, they're fixing to break me apart. I'm swimming with sharks. I'm lifting the bar, I'm lifting it into the spark. I'm like a shot of adrenaline, mixed with some ritalin. Turning the battle, but bitch, I'm a finish it. Think you can stop me, not even a little bit. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Taking my words and you pick it apart. Or tripping another, just get in the car. Ripping and ripping and stripping the mark. I'm tipping and I got enemies trying to get rid of me. Evil tendencies are fucking with me mentally. I got people that don't like me in the industry. I can feel your energy. You are not a friend of me. I have been to places that you never want to go. I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the right. That's just right. I just thought I'd tell you. You never get rid of me. Too many enemies rip on my imagery. You know my history. It ain't a mystery. Put every enemy in misery. Somebody send me some positive energy. About to go hard. About to go into the darkness. Into infinity. Shut you motherfuckers up. Listening. Stacking up little penny penny. Then getting and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning. Never kidding when I die to the never.
Great flow.
I'm gonna give you just FC simply. The motherfucker got you, but I don't know what type on. And the vice wrong is my God. Feel the silver's a little refillable. My lyrical typical super villain. I'm venomous and I'm never gonna stop till they put me on top of the list. I can't control the monster any longer. That's inside the pain and sorrow. Left us alone. No tomorrows. Aren't you swallowed?
Yeah.
This calling so appalling. Tightrope walking. Now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky. Come and save us. Pain and sorrow left us.
Beautiful break. Proper right.
Run it back! Come on! The pain inside is the fuel that drives flesh and bone to blood red sky. The death to fight, hypnotized. One day you're gonna figure out the grind.
Nice. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wubsy is what I would say about that. That was an incredible performance of an incredible song. So let me try to unpack this as cogently as possible while still attempting brevity. So give me a second here. I could do the Trinity in a sense, meaning when I talk about a live performance, and that is Falling in Reverse, Watch the World Burn, by the way, live Sacramento. I apologize for not backselling right away in resets. It's a radio term, sorry. So I normally talk about the Holy Trinity, the Trinity of the three important elements of a live performance. What is the crowd's energy? What is the relationship that the crowd has with the band? Meaning, what's their familiarity level? What's their investment in what is happening? What is the band's relationship with the crowd? And what is the band's relationship with each other and the song? Right? These are the three very important elements that each add their own layer of energy to the performance. All right? So if the crowd is down, that creates an unseen energy. If there's conflict between the band and the crowd, that energy in the ether, the collision of the two energies in the ether creates its own vibe. And if the band is not gelling, it creates its own sound as well. So that's the Holy Trinity that I look for. But when they show crowds, I'm looking for certain things. I'm looking for who's singing along, how many people are singing along, like how into it are they, how familiar are they with the material. So looking around that crowd, the first thing I thought was, it's really crazy that there's no pit. That was my first thought, that there's no pit there. But then as I started to see more faces in the crowd and their attachment to Ronnie, his vocals, the performance, and the band, you see that other part of a crowd reaction, the mesmerization effect, where you may want to go into a pit and you may want to start a pit, but you're more interested in standing and absorbing what's being done in front of you. You're that connected. Everything else falls away. All your other desires, wants, and needs fall away. Boom. You're alone almost, standing there. So when I see the crowd and I see the young lady standing there amongst a few thousand people crushing against each other, she's locked in. She's locked in. To me, that's what I want to see. I want to see that she's going to leave this show with a very personal and direct connection with the performance, and that creates its own energy. So the energy between the crowd and the band is there as well, because, again, they're locked in. They love what they see. They love what they hear, and the band is feeding off of that, and they're feeding off of each other. I'm not familiar with the bass player, so this is why I rely on y'all to fill me in with everything I need to know who is who down below with Falling in Reverse. You got to lock that. You got to lock that bass player down, bro. That bass player is incredible. Not just because of the bridges that he's building rhythmically, because that's what he's doing. He's building bridges from one section to another, and I'll get to that in a second, why that is so important in this track. But his vocals are really, he harmonizes really well with Ronnie, with lead vocals. And when I talk about the bridges being important, I wrote down genre shifting. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that is, excuse me, you're getting almost, it's really super cool, and it's super unique, and it's very almost indescribable because of how unique it is. What you heard right there are three different kinds of music. You heard three different kinds of rock, metal, whatever you want to call it. Okay, whatever labels you want to put on it. You heard four maybe. You know, you're hearing System of a Down, you're hearing Nightwish, you're hearing all of it, the nu metal, the rap, you're hearing it all. And each one is given their own compartment. So each section is being done a different way. And it's done so well that going from one to the other becomes seamless. And a lot of that has to do with the bridges being built by that bass player. So that's what I'm saying, lock that dude down. When the rest of the band comes out and they really get into the song proper, it's a really great ebb and flow. A lot of changes happening. Rhythmically, key change, time signature changes, all of it is happening. And what's impressive about a live performance, yes, there are loops, yes, there are backtracks, of course. Being able to make those changes and stay in those compartments while still maintaining that energy, that chemistry, that relationship with each other in that performance with all of those hidden energies floating around you is impressive as well, because they're happening right away. It's a very frenetic pace, isn't it? So when they're changing in that frenetic pace, they need to be on, and those cats were in that pocket. Great guitar. I mean, that guitar tone, someone let me know if that was a different type of guitar and that's what's creating this really super clean, it's almost astringent, like bro, that guitar is so clean, I hear Bleach, right? Like, I never knew I could hear Bleach, right? But that guitar tone is super starched clean. And yet there's a groove to it. So when you hear it, you're hearing this really cool, technical, crisp, clear color spectrum. And yet the flow of that color spectrum is smooth. So it was just super cool how he incorporated that. It was very nice riffing at the right time. And overall, and I'm getting to the vocals, overall, musically speaking, the song is a great example of like a musical layer cake, because that's what music is. Music is layers of sound. You layer sounds, individual sounds over each other, and you create the overall song. So you have to be careful with how you layer those sounds. And this song is a great example of how to layer a multitude of shifting tones, colors, and sounds. Very complicated. I hope that people understand, hearing this, how quick you need to be to play that track and how on you need to be to play that track. So let's get to the stellar part of that performance. Damn, bro. That's really all I can say about Ronnie's vocals in this track is damn, bro. Leave some for the rest of us. Coming up as a kid, we were little burnout skater punks. So we had, and if you ever see him in the chat, he pops up in the chat. This guy I went to high school with, he pops up in the chat and he talks in this language. We had our own little language that we used to, as most kids do. And there were certain terms that we would use that were of high esteem. And one of them was, and it's stupid, but it really does hold water for me and my friends to say this. That's Rockasonic, man. That's not just Rockasonic. That's like Rockasonic Rex. It's prehistoric. It's massive. It's unbelievable. It's the vocals are vulgarly weeping this innocent anger, and it's a collision of so many emotions that your connection to it becomes visceral. And when I talk about the changes that the band is creating, he's changing his vocals as well. So you're getting the heavy growls, you're getting the slap raps, you're getting that Serge Tankian, System of a Down, vibe towards the end there. So he's just ripping through his vocal range and pushing every boundary. So in my brain, you think about a vocalist singing has one or two extremes to where they can go cleanly and take you there and keep you there and keep you engaged with the colors that they're creating with their vocals. You have one or two different directions, whereas what this guy just did in this track was like 9 different directions. He's like octagonal with his vocal abilities, and not just I can go in these many different directions, but I can also go in those directions to a point that you don't think you have enough time, energy, talent to go anywhere else. Like you put so much into it to get to this point. Heaven forbid you have time or ability to go somewhere else, let alone 4 or 5 other directions. And he just takes you on this wonderful journey through his vocal range that really emotes what he's written lyrically. So lyrically, I wrote down, Charlie Brown once said, I always have the feeling of impending doom. Like, that's why he is the way he is. Why is Charlie Brown the way he is the way he is? He would say, because I have this feeling of impending doom. And this is the next iteration of rock, metal, new metal, new metal, whatever some creative consultant is going to call it and get a write-up in a magazine about it. This is the future of music, because it's not just a beautiful song And there's beauty in that chaos. And it's not just because it's a beautiful song musically and vocally. It's because it is getting across an important message. And what I've noticed in a lot of music lately, and even with Falling in Reverse, there's this, and it's apropos that the song is called Watch the World Burn. We've talked about this in my live stream, that you start to question. I think a lot of people are starting to question how much more they can take. And that's how everybody's feeling. I have something called a give a crap meter, and that it's how much I can care, right? How much I can put effort into caring. And I think right now we all feel very spread thin. I think we all feel pulled in so many directions, and then we suddenly realize at a point in our lives where we have spent so much time caring about all of this madness that we have not taken care of ourselves. And now we're in that conundrum where not only is does it feel like the world is burning, but it feels like my world is burning as well. And there's a frustration there. There's an anger there. There's a hopelessness there. And that manifests through a multitude of ways. And I'm starting to pick up on that through the music that's coming out now. Is that there is this feeling out there. Artists feel it, fans feel it. That's why you make that connection, because he's up there screaming and begging and pleading to understand what has been created and what it's like to live in that creation. And he's trying to get that through the only way he knows how. Excuse me. And what's incredible about a great songwriter and a great musician, great artist, is that they're able to take that unique individual idea, emotion, feeling, whatever situation it is, and create something that taps into a universality among strangers. Dave Grohl once said, I write a song for one reason, 80,000 people sing it back to me for 80,000 different reasons. And that's when I saw that in the crowd, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. That will tell me as much about you as your music and your performance will. So that's what I was looking for, and that's what I got. That was an incredible performance. That is the future, guys. If you're a rock singer, if you're a rock artist, if you're in a rock band, there's your competition. As far as how to put on a performance, how to write a song, how to layer tone, how to layer sounds, how to control vocals, because Ronnie's vocals are stretching every sinew in his body and his core, and yet there's no rattles, there's no static, there's no cracking, there's smoothness to the edge, there's a sharpness and a cleanness to the vocal tone. So when you're listening to his vocals blend with all of that music and then you put it through its final spectrum, everything comes out nice and clean and nice and crisp. All those earth tones, all of the bright sky tones and the life tones are coming together and just putting out this beautiful, surrounded by this white orgasmic light of energy that is felt from the stage to the back of the crowd. And that's what makes a performance so stellar. So thank you very much, Rich Neath, Patreon member and original CONCURPA, for the suggestion. Once again, back with Falling in Reverse. Keep them coming. If you do have a suggestion for me, make sure you're following me on any and all the social media, and you can hit me up with a DM, or you can leave it in the comments below of this video. Just remember, no spamming. I concur, all that stuff. We also live stream Saturdays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays 11 a.m., Saturdays 2 p.m., so there's another chance for you to get a hold of me as well. So thank you very much for the suggestion. Thank you very much to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. And thank you to you for taking time out of your busy day being awesome to give my video a watch and a listen. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this is The Wyldeside.